Bit of an oddball, but it makes the time go by. I thought that was good. Sometimes I think that people are just go way too often go straight down the middle of the street. You got to explore what's on the edges. Get out into the woods a little bit. Bit of an oddball, I think, is a compliment.
So Tuberty's a cool guy, but his class is extremely hard. 4 exclamation marks. They really mean it. He tells you on the first day how hard his tests are. Believe him. Yes, you should believe me. The very next one says, Shea's the man. I mean, at one point, the dude wanted to punch me in the mouth because I was totally screwing around. Ha! Got my act together and pulled it out. I remember this guy. Anyway, he's a great teacher. You learn a lot of cool things that are not in the book. He's also very detailed, so pay attention.
And it says, Dr. Parks is a great professor and is very helpful. She's very relaxed, and this course is pretty easy. You'll still have to study for the tests, but not much. She makes an otherwise boring course fun, ... at times. Try to take as many courses as you can with her. I would have used it when I was a student if something like that had been available. It's nice to know that. Usually, in my day, we had to go talk to the upperclassmen and ask them about what they thought about people. This is a much broader audience that you have access to here. So.
All you do is go over the chapters you were supposed to read and answer questions. She takes attendance every class like in middle school and is not hot, it's in all caps, by any means. She acts like she is a hard grader, but in reality she isn't. Do not take her if you do not like reading and answering questions. That is my favorite one because it's hilarious to me that this person thinks that you shouldn't have to read and answer questions in an English class because that's all English class is, pretty much. It's also funny because my friends saw this one, someone looked it up and found it, and so now anytime I go anywhere, they will tell me I am not hot in all caps and love to give me a very hard time about it. I also love that it takes issue with me taking attendance because, you know, attendance is very important in middle school, high school, and college.
Really. So if you get offended easily, this class isn't for you. I do my damnedest to offend everybody in the class, that's for sure. Attendance isn't mandatory. That's because there's 250 people, for crying out loud. You know, I'm not going to do attendance every single class. See, possibly the best professor I ever had, obviously a first-year student and hasn't been around enough. One of the classes I actually went to because I enjoyed it. If you have the opportunity to take the class, make sure you do. Obviously, the person is very insightful.
Once I started going to class, I had no problems. That's great. Okay, so I think that's a pretty accurate assessment.
The site, I mean, I think that in a way it's useful to students because they can kind of get an idea of what a professor is like before they take the class, but I'm also very uncomfortable with the idea that they can rate you as hot or not hot, as my lovely reviewer said, because that's not what college is about. You know, you shouldn't care if your teacher is hot or the ugliest thing on earth if you can learn something from them. So that definitely is problematic. I think I wish the site didn't do that, but I think if, you know, used in, you know, a way that's helpful to other students about the class material, I think it can be a really good site. And the anonymity really, I think, allows students to say exactly what they want and not hold back anything. So I appreciate that about it. I just don't like the chili peppers.